Morning, guys. We are back with another edition of MOHAVE County Football Talk. Coach Shane, Coach Mitch here. We got a lot of football to talk about. We kind of set up a framework. I don't even know where to start. What a great week of football, huh?
Oh, yeah, no, God. 7 weeks to talk about, 7 games from last week, and now we have 7 games to talk about this week. We have a lot on the show today. Really excited to talk about it.
We have a lot on the show, and I want to tell you guys, first and foremost, man, I really appreciate the interaction. Man, we had a hell of a time picking play of the week. I mean,
oh, gosh, so many options to choose
great
from this
play
week.
in Havasu, a couple interceptions, big runs, and, I mean, a bunch of big plays. I don't know how many teams played in NAU in the Dome. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, very. No, it was a tough pick this week for play.
Was tough too, but man, really a great standout. I say we jump right into it. Our game of the week last week was Lee Williams opening up the Regan era with Wickenburg. Wickenburg had a good year last year. Some changes, some new coaches. We both kind of felt like Lee Will was going to put it on them, and boy, did they.
Yep, we were right. Lee Williams, start to finish. The starters were done by halftime. It was a blowout in every sense of the word.
Yeah, I got 62-7 here. Ended up being the final. Really a complete team win. I'm sure Coach Regan made them watch that touchdown that they gave up.
Coach Regan was not very happy with the only touchdown being a kickoff return, which he's still talking about.
Eats coaches alive. Yep, you hate to see that.
Yep.
I'm trying to find the live. Sorry here, guys. I'm trying to share it. But really a great game, and a lot of players stood out, but no one more than our player of the week.
Yep, our player of the week, running back Lucas Lease, junior for Lee Williams, running back and linebacker. 222 yards rushing on 15 carries, 4 rushing touchdowns, 55-yard punt return touchdown, 35-yard defensive fumble recovery touchdown, and also our play of the week as well.
Yeah, so if we have that queued up there, Argonda, that run, I mean, watch this, guys.
Yeah. Let's look at this.
Thought
One
to get him
broken
here,
tackle, 2 broken tackle. Jukes a guy out
and then
there.
runs away from the field.
And then just speeds away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucas Least had a great night Friday night. Great start to the era.
Sorry, guys. I want to share this so that I can reach some people, and if you could share it too, we appreciate it. We've had a pretty good response. We want to make sure as many people as possible know we're doing this.
Yes, it's been great going to the games. Parents have come up to us, coaches, administrators, talking to us about how great the show is, and we appreciate all the feedback.
Yeah, and this really all stems from loving football.
Yes.
Especially high school football, although I did watch a lot of college football this
watched
weekend.
a lot of college football on Saturday.
I was shocked Belichick got whooped like he did.
That's
a whole other story.
Yeah.
His girlfriend was probably not happy. So, but Lee Williams really showed up. They've got another game this week that they got to kind of like where they're at with it. So we'll see how it goes. And
definitely. So let's move on to our second game between 2 local schools. Kingman played Kingman Academy.
Yep.
So.
And again, this is another one that, I think we weren't exactly sure. I know Kingman Academy had a little bit of a hard time putting it together against Desert Star, and Kingman came out and was ready to play.
Yeah. Kingman was ready to play, 56-6 final from the get-go. They started the game off with an 89-yard touchdown run from quarterback D'Anthony Bush. I believe we have that footage, Jeff. You got the queued up. But D'Anthony Bush, we had 2 great nominees for Player of the Week this week, and D'Anthony had a 6-touchdown game as well.
Mm-hmm.
Which one was that?
The Kingman touchdown run. Kingman Bulldogs. And then, so D'Anthony Bush, 7 for 11, 85 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
This one? I'm not.
Yes. And then 13 carries, 177 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns there as well.
You know why I don't think this was our game, our play of the week? I think he made it look a little too easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great run, young man. We were kind of looking. I don't know if this was a design play or they just recognized the defense a little imbalanced, but I don't think anybody touched him.
Yeah.
So, heck of a play. It was right up there with another one that we could have picked. But, man, don't make it look so easy next time,
Yeah.
you know? Make it look a little tougher.
Break a couple tackles.
Throw a little juke in there or something.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Great play. And I think that's exactly what Kingman expected to do. Did you see any surprises out of that game?
No, not really. I mean, it was the Academy's starting quarterback was freshman Aiden Kinchelow, his first career start, and it's just the Academy, especially in the trenches, was just outgunned from the beginning. They could not block the Kingman defensive line. They were pressuring him all night, and it was just hard to get any consistency on offense.
Yep. And that sets up a really, we'll talk about our picks later, but that sets up a really fun local backyard brawl game with Kingman and Lee Williams.
Yep.
And I'm sure both teams are just going to pack that place out. And
oh, it's going to be great. First Friday, which is a huge thing on Beale Street, every first Friday of the month in Kingman. Got a battle of the bands. It's going to be an exciting one.
It's going to be a hoot for sure.
It's going to be a hoot.
So, great job, guys. Heck of a play, young man. Takes us to what was arguably the highest profile game in the state for our local teams, and that was Ben Franklin, River Valley. Ben Franklin been a powerhouse the last few years, making the drive up. River Valley coming off a tough loss against Chrisman.
Chrisman? Yes.
I'm going to end up calling it Christmas by the end of this thing.
Yeah.
And really, really a great game. I was fortunate enough I did get out and watch both of the local home games. And I tell you, to be perfectly honest, River Valley outplayed them 80% of that game. There are probably 3 or 4 key plays that hindered them from that being a pretty dominant win for River Valley. I think we got a little video of some of that action there, Argonda, and I was really surprised. Yeah. I steal these from my friends, so thanks for posting the videos, guys. But Deacon was dominant again. That defense was tough. I was really impressed. Mickey ran the ball quite a bit. And then what looked like design runs, not scrambles, but design runs. And that adds a really nice wrinkle to that offense. He ran the ball really well, opened it up for the other guys. But they just had a couple mistakes, special teams mistakes, a couple turnovers. Otherwise, they're up 2-3 scores in that game.
Right, yeah, no, they did a great job of running the ball, keeping the ball out of Ben Franklin's hands like we talked about last week, between Mickey Smith's rushing and Baghdad transfer DJ Garmin's. Great job by both of them.
Yep. The young guys came in and run a little bit.
Yeah, the twins came in and ran a couple plays too. Just 1 yard short, unfortunately. And those are the toughest.
Yeah, that is the toughest. And, that's one of those situations where you're in a situation where you have to make that play, and it's go for it or bust. And but really, that game was, they battled back, had that opportunity, but had they not had the earlier, I think they were up a couple scores. And there's a funny story. As a fat guy, I went and got some snacks at the snack bar. I'm like, they're up a couple scores. It's not quite halftime. And, I hear some cheering, whatever. I'm waiting. It took me like 15 minutes to get a pretzel. And someone walks by and goes, fumbled the kickoff. And I'm like, dang, that stinks. Well, I didn't know they scored twice in that 2-minute period of time. And that whole game flipped from there. And but there's a lot of, self-inflicted wounds. They clean those up. They win that game. They're 1-1, beating one of the top teams in 3A. Yeah,
you take away the special teams miscues and the 2 interceptions, could have easily been a different game. But that's why you got to win the turnover battle.
Yeah, you got to win the turnover battle. But, in terms of, you see a record and then you kind of take a narrative from it. I always say you got to get 3 weeks of games to compare to see what you, but I'm betting that Chrisman's a really tough team.
Yep.
I know Ben Franklin's a good team, and River Valley played with both of them. I'm guessing what we predicted early in the year is their record may not reflect what a good team they are.
Yeah.
And they're going to be in the driver's seat, and they got a very winnable one this week, and I feel like that team's going to catch a wrath.
Yeah, no. River Valley is looking for blood this week.
Yeah, they're gonna catch the wrath of a couple of tough early season games. So, takes us to our next game, Malk Williams. We knew Malk was a little banged up. I don't know if we knew how banged up they were, but a little bit of a tough one for the Patriots.
Piers at running back. Torres did not play again this week. Honinger had a solid game. But just Williams, the depth that Williams has for a 1A school, it was just too much to handle.
Yep, and I think that score was pretty rough.
60-14.
60-14.
Yeah.
Kind of tough to overcome. And again, we talk about it all the time with his 8-man. Your depth is paper thin.
Yes.
And if the other team has some depth and you're down a couple guys, that's a real tough one. Malk's got to get back on track this week. Takes us to Camp Verde Desert Star. Desert Star coming off big win. A lot of energy, and they had a tough opponent in Camp Verde.
Camp Verde had an upset last week, won Virtus Prep, gave us a belief that Dutch Star had a legitimate chance this week. Camp Verde just a little too much so. That air raid attack from the Cowboys just too much for the Desert Star pass defense.
Yep. It was a little bit of a one-sided game. Desert Star, I would say that talking to them, they know they got to play some perfect games to be, to offset some of the size, youth, things like that.
Depth issues,
and, that's a good team they played, and Camp Verde put it on them a little bit. Tough one for Desert Star, and they'll look to get back on track here this week also. So
yes.
Yep.
All right, so now we are off.
So we go to Havasu, who played in the Dome, right?
Yes, in
so
the
they
Dome.
played Gila River?
Gila Ridge.
Gila Ridge? I'm
Gila
thinking about
Ridge.
casinos.
Yes.
No casinos there. Gila Ridge, who Mojave scrimmaged, so I got a good look at them. They looked like a solid team, and they played damn near even in that game all the way up till the end. I think it was a tip ball touchdown, kept them in that game, tipped it in their favor. It was 14-12, 14-16.
It was 21-12, very close, tough game. Havasu, only team that did not return their starting quarterback from last year. Trip Burke with his first career start, 22 for 37 passing, 164 yards, 1 touchdown, and added 36 on the ground. Wide receiver Halo Jump, 3 catches for 26 and a receiving touchdown.
And the tip ball that saved, that was a tip ball on the goal line that went to him.
To save the game, yeah.
To save the game. So Havasu 1-0 on the season. Played, I can tell you from watching that scrimmage, that is a tough team, that Gila team. I don't know what the hell casino they are, I forget.
Yeah.
But tough team. They're physical. They played Mojave tough in that scrimmage. It's hard to tell where, the skill set fits in. But if you're physical, you play tough, you're going to be in games, you have a chance to win, and you're a tip ball away from being 1-0 or 0-1.
And then they got a big one coming up this week.
Big one coming up this week, for sure. So, and what is our last game here?
Paradise and Mojave.
Mojave Paradise. So we both picked Mojave. And I don't know that we thought it was going to be that one-sided, but Mojave came out fired up and didn't let up till it was out of reach.
Yeah, we knew there was a new head coach at Paradise Honors, a couple guys left in the Phoenix transfer portal. Did not realize how different of a team Paradise Honors is this year. Mojave started the game with 4 straight touchdowns. Congratulations to Pedro Marantz, who is now the official all-time career interceptions leader for Mojave High with his 2 interceptions.
My Spanish is really bad, but I think it's Marentes.
Marantez.
Which I may have butchered it too, Pedro. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Pedro.
That's some real Caucasian Spanish coming out of us here.
Congratulations on the new interception record in Mojave High history.
Yeah, Pedro had a huge game. Took a screen pass to the house, 2 interceptions. Joe Yoni looked sharp. I think what surprised a lot of people is Jeremiah running the football. He ran physical, he ran tough,
yeah.
Ran for over 100 yards. And I think a lot of people wondered what happens post Urias, what happens, John Will and
post Pollock, Williams, yes.
Yeah, and you have Jeremiah step in and run like a freight train.
Right.
And so that really adds that element to where now you got to respect the running game. That gives Joe read option, and that gives them passing game, and that changes the dynamic of the team. So shout out to those guys. They really showed up on their home opener, put it on Paradise Honors, little revenge game.
Yes.
Probably very sweet. And that kind of takes us to what we got coming up next week.
Next week. All right. So next week we have Shadow Mountain is coming to the field house to play River Valley. I would not want to be playing the Dust Devils and Coach King's team this week.
No, I wouldn't either.
Are mad. They are pissed.
And it looks like the world agrees with you, Coach.
Yeah, they are ready. They are going to unleash some frustration this week, and they're going to get in that win column.
Well,
I have River Valley winning.
I think that they had to take some risks in those last 2 weeks. I don't think they have to this week. I think they just know what they do well.
Yep.
They probably run for 9,000 yards,
Yep.
And they don't let up. I mean, they look good in both games.
You think they have 300-yard rushers in this week's game?
I think they do.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they do. And depending on how much they share the ball with the young guys. But, yeah, I think they probably do have 300-yard rushers. they may be able to experiment, throw the ball around a little bit, but I think right now, if you're River Valley, you're going to go implement your will and let them know. So I wish them the best of luck coming up to the field house, visiting. But I don't think this is a fun one for them. You know, River Valley being down 0-2.
It will not be friendly confines come Friday night.
No, I don't think so. And I tell you, there's some guys that have been playing absolutely lights out. You know, and we showed a little highlight there, Deacon. Man, Deacon had a great game. Mickey played really well. The interceptions hurt him, but the element of him running the ball as effectively as he did is going to really open things up for that offense.
Yeah, it was a game
and
changer.
that will open up the passing game, you know, when they've got to really respect all those run options. So I think that their best days are ahead of them for sure. So,
Definitely. The region, I still believe, is very winnable. This has just been a tough freedom schedule for them. I think they got some of their tougher games out of the way, though.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we talked earlier that, you know, they may be 5-5, 6-4. Although I watched some Seton Catholic, depending on what they get for transfers, they look super beatable for River Valley.
Yeah.
You know, so they may end up 6-4, 7-3, whatever it is, and win the region, get a good playoff seed, and make a run. I mean, they're in a good position.
Yeah. No, they're still a solid team. Just like we said at the beginning of the year, toughest schedule of the 8 of us.
Yes, a very, very rough, unforgiving schedule. So that takes us to Malk versus.
Babo.
I'm trying to make you say it. Hold on.
Babo Quavari.
Babo Quavari.
We're going to call him Babo.
Yeah, we're calling Babo for this week.
So I believe Coach Gibson and company, they get on the win column this week. It was a rough, 2 very tough teams to start this season. May have jumped the gun week 1 with the Mogion pick. I have Malk taking care of business this week, though. Yeah,
you know, and this is high school football. We don't have the, boy, I'll tell you, the world agrees with you.
Yeah.
We don't have an injury report. We don't have Adam Schefter. Yeah. We don't know if kids are healthy, eligible, whatever things are going on in the world. If Malk's healthy, I like their chances. I'm taking Malk. And they're a proud group. They've won a lot of football games the last few years. They're going to go out and right the ship. And
I mean, just because they started the year 0-2 does not mean the playoffs is out of the question. The top 12 make it in 1A. There's only 28 teams in 1A. And Malk, the last few years, is consistently a top 10 team. And I still believe they are a top 10 team in 1A.
Yeah, and I think it's going to come down to health. I mean, if your senior feature running back / one of your better defensive players is out, you're hurt on both sides.
Right.
Somebody steps in and creates all kinds of chaos. You get the personnel right. Hopefully the kid's healthy.
Especially at that 1A level, that kid that's backing him up might be a freshman.
Right. Yeah. Might be a freshman. Torres is a big athletic kid. He played Firebird ball, so he's been playing ball for 10 years.
Right.
It's hard to replace that. Even if you have a bigger body, you're not replacing the experience, the leadership.
The IQ.
Yeah, all the little things. And that's also one of the things that makes Mojave so tough is they got 10, 12 guys who have been playing together for 10 years.
Yeah,
and,
football IQ and experience is so much at the varsity level.
It's so hard to explain sometimes. Like here's a big athletic kid. Why is he not making the play where this kid is? And,
right, exactly.
Yeah, super unique game that way. Takes us to Kingman Academy.
San Pascal.
In
Winter Haven, California, just on the other side of the river from Yuma.
Oh, boy.
They are coming up Saturday to go play the academy.
I'm glad you know where that is. I did not. So.
I know their head coach, Coach Ramirez.
That is wrong. Well, that's okay. That's Kingman. Listen, that's Kingman
Yeah.
Academy, but they don't want to. They don't want to see any
they don't
more
wanna
of
see
that.
that again, yeah.
They don't want to see that kid on the field anymore. Kingman Academy's had a rough start.
Yeah, but as I talked about at the beginning of the year, like their 2 toughest games were their 2 tough first weeks of the season.
Yeah.
Like best coach team in week 1, most talented team they're going to see week 2. The schedule gets significantly easier from here. San Pascal under 3rd-year head coach Miguel Ramirez. He has slowly turned the program around there. They've made the turn because I remember the 2020 season. One of our freedom games at Kingman High when we went 6-4 that year was San Pascal, and that year they had 5 or 6 games where they forfeited at halftime.
Wow.
And we were one of them. I've never seen a team forfeit at halftime before. But since then, they've played all 4 quarters of every game since Coach Rivers has got there. The program's building up. They went 5-5 last year. I'm excited to see where they go, but I am picking, unlike the people, I believe the Academy is going to get in the win column this week behind Colton Parrott and Jeremiah Olave running the ball.
Well, I don't know anything about San Pasqual, and going to pick against you just so we quit tying every week.
Right, yeah.
We gotta break this up at some point. Somebody's got to win. And, I don't really know a whole lot about Kingman Academy. I do know that they have some talented kids, but they got to get the ball in their hands and give themselves a chance to compete. They have not done that the first couple weeks, so hopefully they get that figured out real quick. It sounds like they're playing at home.
At home in Kingman.
So it's a long drive for them. Hopefully a little home cooking treats them right, and they get in the win column. We're definitely pulling for them. So that takes us to a big one.
The big one for the city of Kingman this week. First Friday night, 7 o'clock, Kingman versus Lee Williams for the Superintendent's Trophy. This game has not been played since the 2021 season, so that trophy is a little dusty, sitting in the small Lee Williams trophy case. I'm excited. Unfortunately, I will not be able to go to this game because I will be at our game of the week on Friday night, which we will talk about here in a second. I have friends on both of these staffs, and
they don't hedge this.
However this pick goes, I am going to get some crap from the players and the coaches and the parents, but that's okay. This is why we're here. I am taking Lee Williams in this one. I just think Lee Williams, I got to run into Coach Regan at Chili's watching the Miami and Notre Dame game on Sunday night, and I got to poke his brain a little bit about his time playing at River, coaching at River, Desert Star, and now here. They're the only school in Mojave County now that I can say has depth. He has guys competing for every spot every day on his team. Like the 11 guys that start on defense this week might not be the 11 that start Friday night, because these kids are battling every day. I like what he calls it, rivalry. It's not competition, it's rivalry. They're rivals every day during practice, and that just iron sharpens iron.
Yeah. I saw a post, and this is going a little off the rails, but that's my favorite way to tell stories and it was showed some youth team, 50 kids running out, and it was someone kind of criticizing that, you got 50 kids on this team, they're not going to play. And when you get to this level of high school, the competition is the best man plays the game. It's one of the best things about football, and you have to earn what you get. There's a whole team of people counting on you. And to have that luxury, which no other teams really have, and then to know where his head's at football-wise, I'm taking Lee Williams, and I think that they're probably going to be a pretty dominant performance. I think they're kind of dialed in. I think they're going to be, when I was a young man playing high school football, we played a lot of Phoenix teams, and we trot our 20-some-odd kids out there, and they'd roll up 50 deep, and we'd compete like hell for about a quarter, and then they'd platoon. And we'd wear down and wear down and wear down, and it's just too much to overcome sometimes. And so I'm taking Lee Williams. I think Coach Regan's in a great place. We have some picks. They're doing some things, not only just football, too. Yeah. I thought it was really cool. They went out, gave back to the community a little bit. They got a lot of fun stuff going on. I know it'll take you a second to find these, Jeff. No big deal.
No, the Facebook. Coach Regan's Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, but they went out, I think it was to a senior home?
Yes, they went to the Gardens, which is a senior living assistance home in the Kingman area. And they went, spent time with the residents and such. Coach Regan talked about it on Sunday. The kids enjoyed it. They had fun. They played games with the seniors. It was a good time.
Yeah, well, that looks like they're playing games with themselves right there. I wonder who won. They cheated. What are they playing? Guess who?
Well, it looks like it, yeah.
I would have loved to have heard these guys play Guess Who. I'm guessing they haven't played a lot of it before, but a little shot from the game. So very fun stuff. A lot of fun things going on up there.
Yeah.
Look at that mustache. That's a football coaching mustache right there.
Good-looking mustache, yeah.
All right, Jeff. Appreciate it. So anyway, a lot of fun stuff up there. This is one of these silly things about football that I romanticize. I love rivalry. I love having two people come out that are super invested. And I say people, I'm talking about two teams. You're going to have a lot of proud Kingman Bulldogs out there. Kingman Bulldogs been in town for how long? Forever.
Since the town existed.
And then
since
you got
the
Lee
county
Will,
existed.
kind of the upstart, so to speak, the new school.
The new guys,
now kind of the bigger school. And it's going to be a heck of an environment. I hope they have a great game. It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it was interesting. Like the Lee Williams game Friday night, there was an army of Kingman people watching them. And then Saturday night against the Academy, there was an army of Lee Williams people on the stand.
Beautiful.
So they're very curious to see the other play, and it's definitely going to be fun for them to be.
Yeah, it's the way it should be,
Yeah.
and you have a lot of proud people
Right.
and two teams that are looking to be competitive.
Right.
And
I'm glad that they're playing again every year. This is
Mm-hmm.
a good thing. It's been 4 years since they last played each other. It's kind of sad because a couple of those years in the last 4 years, I think Kingman could have won some of these games. Like
Yeah.
last year especially. If we were playing this game last year, I think this is the game that Kingman could have won.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think Coach
You got to
Regan...
thank whoever scheduled that one, right?
Yeah.
Or
I
didn't.
think Coach Regan has awakened a sleeping giant that has been the Lee Williams program for a couple years now. And I think Havasu and Mojave need to watch out.
Yeah. Which takes us to the shovel game.
Our game of the week.
This week's game of the week is the shovel game. It is one of the more storied games in the area.
Yes.
Lopsided for many years. Mojave versus Havasu. But Mojave has been on the upside the last couple years.
Yes, they're looking for the three-peat year, I believe.
Yeah.
And this is the 57th meeting all time between the two of them. The golden shovel, the story behind the shovel is it was used to break ground when they built Lake Havasu's football field. And it has been shared between the two high schools ever since.
Yeah. My understanding is they're very similar schools, open around the same time.
Yes.
So they go. You have a groundbreaking with a golden shovel. So that became the token item of choice for this game.
Yes, 'cause-
and it's been pretty one-sided over the years. It's been a pretty dominated by Havasu rivalry, and this last couple years have not been the case. And like I said, a rare opportunity for Mojave to three-peat the golden shovel game, and it should be a good one in Havasu.
Yep.
I've seen some of the shenanigans on the interwebs.
Yes, a
little-
blackout game.
Yeah, a little blackout game, little Mojave burial ceremony.
I don't know if I'm going to wear black in Havasu at 7 o'clock, but
Yeah. I always wear, well, it's ironic because I always just wear black so I don't piss anybody off when I go to things. But it should be a really good game. Havasu seems to be refocused, kind of regrouped, so to speak. This young quarterback's flinging this thing around. Say young, they're all young to me. I don't know how old he is. Flinging that thing around, threw it 37 times last game.
Yeah.
Mojave historically has gotten after the passer. I mean, they have been really tough defensively. I think it's kind of overlooked with some of the scoring and whatnot that they've had a pretty tough defense the last few years.
yeah, no, I'm excited. Looking forward to driving down Friday night to see these guys, see Coach Rudy for the first time this year, meet these Havasu coaches. I'm really looking forward to this one. We are going to disagree again here. I got a feeling. I am taking Lake Havasu.
Man, I thought we were cool. So I already told you guys last week. I'm emotionally invested. It's like betting against your kids. I just can't do it. I'm taking Mojave. I think.
It's funny because on that side it's Mojave, this side's Havasu.
Oh man, it
Look
worked
at that.
out
It
just
works
right.
perfectly. It works perfectly.
Yeah, it worked out
Yeah.
just right.
The logo says it all.
You know, I don't know how much. I wish I could have seen some more Havasu film. Maybe watch the scrimmage. I have not had that luxury. All I've seen is what's been posted on the internet.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a matter of if Havasu made the necessary improvements in the year since last year. Mojave won last year with a pretty heavily depleted team, and this group of kids is very prideful. They're not going to give that shovel
Yes.
up without a hell of a fight.
The word I'm hearing from the Lake Havasu area is that there's a lot more depth on this year's team. We do have a new starting quarterback, but a lot of guys returned from last year's squad. The defense is very much intact, and there is depth,
Yeah.
which only Lee Williams and Lake Havasu can say
Yeah,
this year.
yeah. That's a luxury that Mojave definitely does not. In fact, I think if there was one thing that I think holds Mojave back, it's a lack of depth. They have very versatile players who play multiple positions. You got a 6'4" corner who plays DN sometimes.
Right.
They're pretty flexible. You got a very, very good quarterback who's probably one of the best safeties in the region.
Right.
Who doesn't play safety because he plays quarterback.
Right.
A lot of those guys are very versatile, and I think that's good. but it's out of necessity.
Exactly.
In a perfect world, you don't want
You don't want your quarterback playing defense.
right.
Yeah.
And you don't want your 6'4" wide receiver playing
D end. Exactly.
So
yeah. No,
there's a lot of things that Mojave does well, and one of them is adapt. Great example last year losing Joe Yoni and
Yes.
Isaac Urias taking them to the playoffs.
The Urias offense. Yeah.
What's that?
Joe is watching.
What
Joe is watching.
Joe Yoni dad, Joe Yoni kid.
Oh yeah, well.
There's a junior and a senior.
It doesn't say on the chat. It just says Joe.
Okay.
Well, listen, both of them great guys. Really excited for that game. I'm going to miss it. It's going to be the first time I've missed a shovel game in a decade or so, and it's going to be a good one.
You have a good excuse, though.
Yeah. I'm going to go. My son just texted me while we were sitting here. His ankle's still not right, so I think he's pretty bummed, but I'm really excited to see him. He's going to go be at his first college game, and it's his birthday 2 days later, so I'm really excited to see my baby boy, who is significantly larger than me, and catch up with him. But we'll probably be watching that shovel game.
Yeah. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah. Well, if you can, get some video. Coaches, if you want to, say
Yes,
your 2
keep
cents.
sending the clips. We loved all the clips. Sorry we couldn't show them all.
So I don't know if you guys know, Jeff has a program, and he's just got, stacks of clips and pictures and things we send him and graphics. And then we get on the show and we start rambling, and he's trying to keep up and catch and do everything he can. But we're going to try and put a little bit more focus on our games of the week, devote a little bit more of our time and resources to those games. And unfortunately, there are a lot of teams in Mohave County.
A lot of teams, and I believe next week we'll have 8 games to talk about. No one's playing each other.
No one's playing each other. Thanks a lot, schedulers.
Actually, wait, no, 7, because next week, our game of the week next week.
Oh, that River Valley Mojave?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will be at that one. That's going to be a doozy. That one's going to, every time, even when I was coaching, we played against River Valley, I don't want to say like even mixed feelings. I have that weird thing where when I'm playing, it's my team, I'm winning. Whoever puts on the other jersey is the other guy. But then after the game, you go see these guys, Deacon and Alvarado, even Mickey, HK. I never coached, but I've met them for Athlete of the Week a bunch of times. And they take their helmets off, and they're just good kids over there. And you're like, dang, that's tough.
No, I agree. It's definitely like, especially my time at Kingman High, or when I was at the Academy and vice versa, we're playing the Academy or playing Kingman. It's like, that game, it's like, they're the enemy.
Yeah.
But then after that, it's just like, you see these kids around town, their dads, their moms.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I had a really good conversation with some parents at that Desert Star game, and when you coach as much as you do, you forget that everyone is someone's baby, and you're looking. Like we're looking here fairly objectively. We're a little biased. We got some local biases.
A little bit, yeah.
We know these people. We're pulling for them. At the end of the day, you want to see the local teams do well in the state. But everyone is someone's baby boy. And it's something to keep in mind when you're rooting for these kids or hooting and hollering in the stands or, whatever it is, that everyone is just a kid out there.
Yep, I agree.
Yep. What do you guys got coming up? I know you had your jamboree.
We did. We had our jamboree. It went great. I was very impressed with how physical and fast we were compared to the other middle schools. Today, though, I have to drive back to Kingman and then get on a bus and drive back because we have our first game today at Fox Creek at 4 o'clock. Definitely excited to get the season kicked off.
I work later than that. Maybe I'll swing up, check out the second half of that game. It'll be a little cooler by 5 o'clock too. So
yeah, probably. And 8 minute quarters.
Do they have a snack bar? That's important.
8 minute quarters. So, and then apparently
I'll actually be at the new car store, so maybe I can swing by and check out a little bit of it on my way back down here in the afternoon. But I wish you the best of luck. I know that's a lot of fun. What else is coming up in the football world?
Well,
You excited for the NFL season?
I'm excited for the NFL season. Got my fantasy football teams together. Excited.
You didn't auto pick?
No, I did not. I got it. Very funny.
Everyone who auto picks seems to be winning, by the way, just so you guys know.
We had a draft on Monday at 6 o'clock, and one of the guys in our draft is in Paris currently.
Oh, nice.
And it was like 5 a.m. over there. And
Did he make the draft?
He auto-drafted the whole thing.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I do also want to say, guys, and we'll try to clip this, put it in the stories. We would love to have a guest on. We record in Fort Mojave at 10 a.m. I know that's tough. People work, have school, whatever else. But we would love to have other people on, come and talk about their teams, players. I know it's really tough with you guys being in school, so that's probably not realistic. But if any coaches want it, or even if you want to pre-record a video, send it up to us, man. We'd love to feature you, your team, hear your thoughts. I'm also, we're not in competition. Really happy that the papers are starting to cover sports a little better.
Oh, yes, definitely.
A lot of fun things. It's good to see and hear these kids getting coverage, getting talked about. And then, you go to the comments and people are so happy to hear people talking about their kids and teams. And, you see alumni popping in the comments who don't even live here anymore.
It's definitely been fun because Dutch Star, I got to meet Matt Rothman for the Mojave Daily News. Great guy.
Does a great job. Thank you, Matt.
We share a ton of stuff. At the Kingman Academy Kingman game Saturday, I got to meet up with Junior Herrera, who does the sports writing for the Minor. He's doing a solid job. It's been definitely one of the funner parts of this.
It's a lot of fun, and then I actually think the future is very bright in football in the area because you have guys like yourself at the middle school. You have Desert Star building a middle school program. I guarantee you, I don't know what Lee Williams' deal is, but I guarantee you Regan's got eyes on the next phase coming up.
The guy coaching at the Academy Middle School is really good. It's there's some good coaches at the middle school level. Yeah.
Yep, and those guys are the next ones, and I know there's a bunch of youth. I actually had a Toros video, and I completely forgot to send it to Jeff. We already overwhelmed him anyway.
Yeah.
But the Toros are doing a lot of fun things. They got a lot of really good players, and I know it's an unpopular thing to say, but you don't know if those kids are going to grow up to be great athletes.
Right.
But they can be good football players, and if you have a couple of them grow up to be great athletes and good football players, then you have something special. And that was kind of what always happened, or what happened for that Mojave group is you had a bunch of good kids playing football, and then some of them grew up to be pretty good athletes, and that made for a lot of really special games. And you're seeing a lot of that right now in the youth world again.
Yeah,
So
see with the Toros and Bullhead, the Rebels are still going strong
Rebels,
in Kingman.
really good program, probably the most consistent program in the area.
Yeah, Coach Carlson runs a great group. It's
I got a buddy down in Havasu. I don't know how involved he is still, but he trains a lot of young athletes, and he's saying that the Coach Jeff Smith, good dude, that the youth program's getting back on track, so that next wave of kids coming up will be good. It's a really, really fun, exciting time.
Yeah. Havasu, Thunderbolt Middle School looked really good at the scrimmage. I was very impressed with their coaching staff as well.
Nice.
We play them at the end of the regular season, so excited for that one.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So who are you picking to win the Super Bowl?
I like the Ravens. I know you're going to say that. I like the Ravens.
Yeah. I've literally really learned to hate purple over the years. So as a Steelers fan, the Ravens are the absolute bane of my existence. So I'm taking the Steelers by a million every year, even when we're terrible. Doesn't matter if Duck Hodges is playing quarterback.
Duck Hodges. Now there's a flashback.
Yeah. So I was supposed to go to the game Duck Hodges started in San Diego, and I couldn't make it. And in my head, I kept telling myself, Duck Hodges playing quarterback. Like, I can't tell you how many times I went to games in Pittsburgh expecting to watch Big Ben play, and he got hurt the week before. I'd buy those tickets weeks and weeks ahead.
Got Charlie Batch rolling
I've
out
watched
there.
Charlie Batch play, Byron Leftwich. I mean, you name it. I've watched Mason Rudolph.
Michael Vick.
I watched Michael Vick play. And I can't tell you how many times I went to a game expecting to watch, and then someone else plays. And so Duck Hodges is playing. I think he started in L.A. I wanted to go to that game. And they pulled out the win. And I was like, are you kidding me? So that's football for you. Yep, that's football for you. Jeff, you got anything for us over there?
No, I think you guys wrapped it up. Till
I
next week.
apologize. I did not keep an eye on the live and see if anybody chatted. So I apologize if you did. I tried to keep an eye on it last time. But please share, get it out there. We enjoy this. We have no monetary benefit in this. This is just a bunch of guys love ball and really enjoy it. And really, we love football and we love the kids, getting these kids out there, promoting them, and hopefully getting more people out in the seats, more kids in cleats.
And that's just the plan, is to promote our little corner of the state.
Yep, absolutely. So thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. We will be back next week covering that shovel game, previewing a whole nother week of games.
Yep, including...
Are you keeping track? I know we're tied. What's the public voting at?
I believe I sent you that,
you have that,
photo, Jeff.
Let me look for that.
The public has been voting.
We are both ahead of the public by like a game or two.
Let's
I wanna
go.
say. And I think I know we and the public have had a couple different votes as well this week. So
There we go.
There we go. So we're tied. That will change this weekend.
Ah!
Public is right on our tails though. Yeah.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you, we've picked pretty locally biased, so if the home teams keep winning, we'll be all right. But with all these teams playing each other, someone's got to win, someone's got to lose. So you have to. Someone's going to have to send us some video. I bet you that Lee Williams Kingman game is going to be just a barn burner of a environment. So really excited to see what that looks like.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Coach will keep us in a loop. So
yeah. Sad I'm going to miss that one, but I got to go to Habs at least once this season.
Yeah.
And this is the one to go to.
It's going to be a good one. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.